Increasingly, farmers are trying to get out of the poison spiral. Using traditional Indian knowledge, they are whipping up portions and powders using plant extracts and animal waste to produce food that is rich and pure. They are using herbal pesticides like neem. As no chemicals are used, natural enemies of pests like birds and insects are thriving. Farmers like Tokiamodu in Warangal are now actually sticking in tree branches in the midst of their fields so that birds can perch on it and train their eyes on pests for their next meal. Green farming is finally in. These green farmers are waging a silent biological war against pests and are winning. This is the silver lining in an otherwise bleak scenario. Indian scientists at the Energy and Resources Institute in New Delhi have found faster ways to degrade pesticides like endosulfan in 15 days that would otherwise have taken decades. It is also working on development of plant-based pesticides that are environment-friendly and biodegradable. Out of the country's total pesticide consumption, 55% is consumed by cotton farming alone. Andhra Pradesh, which is heavily into cotton farming, spreads pesticide worth 7 billion rupees on its fields. Nature created 27 natural predators of the American bollworm that attacks the cotton plant. But pesticide kills the predators even before the bollworm has come on the scene. There are more than 13,000 pesticide peddlers in Warangal itself. A few years ago, farmers moved from traditional crops to cotton as the profits were high. But with pests becoming immune to poison, their losses started piling up. The story of Punjab was being played once again in Warangal. Cotton farmers are now caught in the pincer of debt. Hundreds committed suicide, unable to pay the piling debts that came with heavy investments in pesticide. As pesticide is easily accessible, farmers or their family members were tempted to consume it to escape from the harsh realities of poverty. This is a hospital ward in Warangal with many such victims. With the soil wilting under poisonous chemicals, farmers are now moving back to the traditional methods of trapping pests with light traps. Insects get attracted to the light at night and then fall into their watery grave below, which is a pail of water mixed with kerosene.
Agricultural production is possible without using any pesticides, and we must work towards building a world without using pesticides. A pesticide-free village is definitely possible. I think only commitment is required.
We all now know that we have the power to destroy nature. But instead, can we use nature to help us live a sustainable life? The tragedy of pesticide poisoning can get transferred to the next generation due to genetic changes, as we have seen in Kasaragod. The frightening story of how India is being poisoned may not have easy solutions. But the longer we take to find answers, the shorter will be our lives. The World Health Organization estimates that over 70,000 people end up as victims of pesticide poisoning every year. Let us not be among them.
మందులేసి పంట పండించలేదు పశువుల పెండ ఆకులు అలములు ఒక్క దగ్గరేసి భాగమురుగా పెట్టి పంట భూములేసి ఎక్కడ వ్యవసాయం చేసినోళ్ళంతా మందులేసి పంట పండించలేదు ఎక్కడ వ్యవసాయం చేసినోళ్ళంతా మందులేసి పంట పండించలేదు